Bombax ceiba. Red cotton tree. Not bad. Yep, they live in Singapore because they work here. They have a job here. So they've been here for the past 15 years? I don't know. Something like that. These like bulbous trees. These like thick trees. They got a booty. I want to go to the woodsy area. Yeah, let's go there. There's like wood sculptures. They look more interesting. Please don't feed the flowers. I feel like, yeah. Booby trees. Look, these ones are booby trees. See, look, these sculptures. That's interesting. Wooden carving things. Oh, that looks like the Cheshire Cat. So I lived here for 3 years of my teenage life. Oh, this is like an Alice in Wonderland garden. I love. So I lived here between the ages of 16 and 18. Finished my last 3 years of high school here. I moved back to Canada for university. Oh my god, this is awesome. The music is so cool. And there's like the white rabbit. I lived right there in the giant mushroom. No. This was my neighbor, the caterpillar. God, it smells so sweet and like delicious in here. It's so good. Fun fact, in grade 3, I was in the Alice in Wonderland musical, and I played the Queen of Hearts. No, my parents moved here because they got hired. Easy as that. They moved to where their jobs took them. You know? Baobabs. So that's what those are. So yeah, basically since I was 7 years old, my parents would always get jobs in different international schools all around the world. And I would go to school in those schools for free. And those schools, they're like special private schools that are made for children of expat families, so people, foreigners in different countries, like, you know, non-Singaporean, non-local people, so that they can have education in English and have an education that kind of allows them to keep up with the curriculum of their home country and allow them to go to Ivy League schools, basically. It's a prestigious, like, prep school for university, basically. You know, obviously in Singapore it's not that much of a big deal if you don't go to any of these kind of schools because Singapore is very English based. But you know, a lot of the time, like for example, when we first left Canada, they got a job in Russia, and you know, schools are in Russian and we don't speak Russian. So, you know, there's schools for English speaking kids. IB, exactly, International Baccalaureate. So it's a prestigious, stuck-up prep school for kids of rich parents. Like, for example, in Russia, it was all the embassy and diplomat kids. Then we moved to Oman, which is in the Middle East. it was the oil kids, the British petrol and Shell kids, all the, oil engineers that were moved out to the Middle East. All their kids went to the private schools in English. And so I had friends from all over the world: Germany, Australia, New Zealand, Switzerland, Canada, the States, England. We all learned in English, and long story short, I had rich friends. And then in Singapore, it was business and like banking kids. So me and my sister went for free because my parents worked there, and that was like part of the deal, that we got free education. So yeah, I was traveling the world since I was like 7 years old, basically. Yeah. British petrol kids, yep. The Shell kids, What did you feel like moving so much? As a kid, you don't really get it, right? And that was the norm. That was normal. I didn't know any other way of life. So it was nothing. I was cool with it. I loved it. I loved traveling. I loved moving to new countries. I loved the adventure. As I got older, it became more difficult. Because as a teenager, your friendships get a little bit more important, and you're going through puberty and angst. So it was really hard when I got a bit older, because you kind of feel left out and lost and no friends, and you have to leave your best friend and blah, blah, blah. So in that sense, my upbringing made me learn how to kind of make friends and leave friends really fast. And I don't have like lifelong friendships. But it also taught me to be independent, and it taught me to travel and be open-minded and global-minded, which is really important. It made me close to my sister because most of the time we only had each other. It's the reason how I met Gaspar, for example, in my adult life. Yeah. Plus and minus in any kind of upbringing, right? Bonsai tree. Oh, these are cute. I love these. Those are cute. I'm not really a big plant person, but these are cute. Little succulents. Shaving bush tree? Huh? Pseudobombax ellipticum. Hey, that was not too bad. Pretty good. I am an international citizen. Yes. How did I meet Gaspar? We were both scuba diving instructors in a diving school in a small island off of Bali, Indonesia. So we met there because we were kind of colleagues of sorts. I was stepping in as like an extra during high season,